Okay, so let's get started. Welcome to day two. It's an important day. I mean, all 3 days are designed in such a way that it's important. But today especially is important because it's the core. We are going to get into what are the key ingredients, like specifically, wait, let me just close my switch that's back there. So, specifically, we are going to learn about the components or the key ingredients that you need to build the PSMD college profile. So, any questions, please put them in um, and I'll get started. Okay, so let's just get started. Okay, so let's get started. Today is day two of the PSMD admission workshop. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so day one, we learned about the different medical paths. And the homework was why do you want to be a doctor? And it's all about the goals mapping, like which program would you want to like get into and everything. Okay, so next up today, it's identifying the key attributes of a BSMD candidate. Also, personal branding. I mean, this is something that is very, very important. Like you explain why you're going to learn about each and every attribute that's there, and the homework will be why is it that each attribute is important for the success of BSMD program and the future as a physician. So that's the homework. But I'm going to go over deeper into what are the components. Okay. So that's what we're going to learn today, how to become an exceptional candidate. Typically, our students get into 2 to 4 BSMD programs with a lot of scholarships, and we know kind of the exact formula that's needed for a BSMD program. Okay, so let's get cracking. Of course, freebies will be announced when you submit all your homework. Okay, and our success, like I mentioned, our students have gotten into Stanford, Johns Hopkins, full tuition, all the UCs, Cornell, Carnegie Mellon, St. Louis. I mean, a lot of colleges, I just can't get them all into one page. Okay. Here are the acceptances of the BSMD program, the medical school acceptances. We've had Harvard Pre-Med, NYU Pre-Med, St. Louis, Texas NMed, Augusta, Stony Brook, Hofstra, Vanderbilt, University of South Alabama, a lot of colleges. Okay, so let's get to the success formula for the BSMD program. That's what you're going to learn today. Okay, so what makes a great BSMD profile? Of course, the accelerated programs are typically 7 years to 8 years. The 6 years is not common at all, it's gone. So, whatever it be, only the undergrad program will be compressed. Okay, it's not the MD program. The MD program will always be 4 years, but the undergrad program you can accelerate and finish that in 3 years. Okay, and the 8 year is like very, very common, but 7 is a bit more popular. Okay, so let's go over the key ingredients. Okay, so if you're multitasking, come back. If you want to take a snapshot, please go ahead because these are the 6 key ingredients. Number one is academics. We know that. Really, really high GPA, near perfect GPA. I typically look at the unweighted GPA, which is over 4. Okay, and the test scores. It's not test optional. It's test mandatory. So for the program, you have to submit the SAT or the ACT scores, either one of them. Research. Students should have done a hypothesis or being engaged in research, and I'm going to share successes of our student. One of my student appeared in the newspaper over her contribution, whose research got published. Of course, this community service, commitment to volunteering is extremely important, like related to the healthcare, is also extremely fruitful. Okay, next is the clinical exposure, which is basically shadowing. It can be any physician, any person who has a doctor before them and who treat patients or people in need. Students can shadow them. And extracurricular activities is the wow factor that the admissions committee like to see. Okay, is it some kind of an activism, something that they're contributing? It really has to pop. Okay, you are looking at applying to top 1% acceptance rate colleges, so please don't think that you can hack it or kind of find shortcuts, do minimal things. That's not possible. Okay, I have parents who ask me, oh, can you give guarantee if my students, if my child's research paper will get published? I mean, that's like really unethical, that a very poorly written paper needs to get published, right? So please, always hard work, always quality work is what wins you. You cannot hack it, cannot have somebody writing the research paper and getting caught in your admission application and everything. Okay, so high academic achievements. So basically, we are looking at GPA, class rank if it's offered. Then you have the AP and the IB courses. It doesn't matter. Colleges do love IB curriculum because it makes students out of the box thinkers and learners, which they simply love. So IB curriculum, if it's offered, please grab it. Don't think that they're going to look at it any differently. So I have this golden rectangle that I call, which is my formula. I've named it. I'm going to copyright it. So basically, a student needs to have AP chemistry, AP biology, AP physics. One is good, or even honors physics, but you want to be competitive. So physics one is good. Then calculus AB. Parents kind of over engineer and push their kids into taking BC before AB. Biggest mistake ever. Don't do that. It's calculus AB is enough. BC is a bonus. Statistics is also a bonus. So calculus AB is super duper important. Okay. So any questions about these courses? These are core courses. Please put them in the chat. Okay. So you're looking at high GPA, course rigor, class rank, any AP awards that your child has gotten, like AP Scholar Award, Capstone, all that needs to be there. Okay, and the testing formula, this is a bit confusing. If you're multitasking, please come back. There is PSAT. It should not even be named PSAT. It's NMSQT, which is National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test. Okay, you can do it many times, but only in the junior year. October is what is considered. Okay, that is solely from National Merit Scholarship. Okay, if you get the merit scholarship, a lot of colleges will give you full tuition. UT Dallas gives you full tuition, or will give you USC will give you half off. Boston University will give you half off. All those kinds of things. And then the testing formula is SAT or ACT. There is no preference of one over another. Okay. So the qualifying score for the NMSQT, it varies with the state. If your state is extremely competitive, then this score goes higher. Okay. The SAT score that's needed is about 1530 plus. Okay, and ACT is 34 plus. Yes, you are applying. I have to remind you again, you are applying for a college, a program that is 1 to 5 acceptance rate. So please make sure that your standardized test scores are significantly higher. Okay. Now for the wow factor of the extracurricular activity. So the extracurricular activity is an umbrella term for volunteering, shadowing, and research. All of these come under the umbrella of the extracurricular activity. Okay, so volunteering and any activism can come under that. My own son, he appeared on Fox 29 morning show because his passion project is suicide prevention in high school, where he propagates teen on teen support to talk about mental health and everything. So that's an activism. Okay. That's very, very important. If your child is passionate about something, they need to have like a passion project, which is deeply personal. Okay. So I had a student who did a passion project on prosthetics in developing countries. His research was on prosthetics. Then he wanted to get prosthetics from here, and Jaipur foot, which is the artificial leg in India, is very, very expensive. So he wanted to solve that problem. So he went pillar to post to solve it. It's not like a child is going to solve a problem, but made an effort, made a dent, right? So that's very, very important to show colleges that you did something about it. Okay, so remember, the way you pick your extracurricular activity is show impact or show a tangible outcome. Okay, I went to this effort, I went to the senior home, I volunteered this many hours, I spent time with senior homes. Also, we will help you start your own club in school. You can go on giftedgabber.com and you will find out how to start a club in high school. It is the Horizon Network Club, which any student can start the chapter in their high school, where basically students get together and volunteer in a senior home that's near your school. So all the opportunities are available in terms of what are the instructions to start the club and everything. So that is volunteering. Next is shadowing and research. These are the three components that are part of the extracurricular activities. Any questions about it, please type them, because it's super important that you remember these three components. Okay, volunteering, like I mentioned, the easiest place to go is a hospice care, end of life, seniors, nursing homes, hospitals. Research clinics are all closed a lot, so hospital volunteering is very, very important. Okay, then medical exposure. Students can shadow either with a pediatrician, physician, even dentist. There's nothing wrong with shadowing a dentist. I was at my dental place and I asked them, hey, I have this student who needs some shadowing hours. It's like, no problem. And I told them that, hey, this student, you don't need to show them everything. They're just going to wear a mask and observe, right? So it can be dentist, chiropractor, pediatrician, physician, anybody. Please don't expect your child to be in the surgery handing over scalpel. That's not what's expected. They expect students to spend time in a medical facility, see how a doctor or a caregiver is giving that kind of care. So it's very important. I've also told my students, if you cannot find anywhere to shadow, just go to Walmart or Costco. There's a lens place, lens doctors, they are optometrists, ophthalmologists, all of them are doctors. So you can just go to the lens place and tell them, hey, you know what, I'm going to wipe your lens, but at the same time teach me something about it, and that's perfectly fine. Shadowing is a must. Okay, if you're applying to the BSMD program, it's a must. You cannot say, oh, you know what, I have research, I have a volunteering, so I don't have shadowing, right? So you need a minimum of 100 hours of shadowing alone all 4 years. Okay, and volunteering, you need about 100 hours. That is just bare minimum. I would say 200 hours over all 4 years is what makes a candidate appealing. Okay, please don't think that you should only do the basic minimum things, then you're not going to get into this program, which is so competitive. Okay, next is research. It's basically students coming up with a scientific hypothesis. Okay, so that is what is research. There are three types of research. One is publishing a research paper, which is basically a secondary literature review. That's perfectly fine as well. Working in a lab or a clinic, research in hospitals and universities, these two are simply impossible. I have so many contacts. I keep asking them, hey, do you have any opportunity for my students? And after the pandemic, it's near impossible to get into these facilities. And also, they tell me that being a minor, they cannot handle blood and everything. So that's a very difficult opportunity. So we do offer publishing a research paper. So basically, what typically we make our students do is write a research paper that's 4,000 words. And basically, they work with the research professor and the creative writer to write a research paper that's 4,000 plus words. And we help them submit for publishing in a journal that is peer reviewed by an expert. Okay. And of course, the topic has to be from the medical field. Okay. And this is what I wanted to share. One of our students, she came on the newspaper. I'm just going to share her. She's from Atlanta, Cherokee County School District. If you see here, it mentions our names. Her work was supported by three advisors: Wayne State University, that is a cancer professor, Jyotsna Ketar, which is me, and our creative writer, who is Professor Virgil. So as you can see here, these things are very, very important. Like a student showing up in a newspaper, everything adds to the wow factor. Now Mansa has been in 3 research programs with us. Okay, so her teacher went over our program and highly recommended it. Okay, so basically that's what has been our success, our academic success. It's not enough if you just show grades alone. They want to see students who have worked on a research with a professor. Okay, it has to be a professor with PhD who is an expert in that field. Okay, any questions about the wow factor, please put them, because it's super important that you like get this right. The wow factor about the extracurriculars is the single most important thing that is needed. Okay, next is leadership and initiative. They are looking for exceptional communication skills, mental toughness, and ambition. And how are they going to gauge that? Through the interview. They have the mini medical interview that students prepare, and we help them prepare for that mini medical interview. It's quite grueling. It's either one admission officer or there are multiple panel that interviews a candidate. Okay, next is recommendations. This is like, I mean, all these components are important. So recommendations, they also expect out of school recommendations. So they expect a letter from a medical extracurricular activity, a lab worker, a doctor that you've shadowed, math or science teacher, a physician, a biology teacher. All these recommendations are expected in the BSMD application. Okay. Then the counselor recommendation. This is the counselor recommendation. If you see here, the counselor recommends based on 3 aspects. The teacher recommendation is also very, very important. If you see here, there are 13 aspects that the teacher writes the recommendation. Okay. Next, I'm going to go over a resume of a BSMD and BSDO candidate. Now, this candidate got into BSMD and BSDO program both. Okay, I'm just going to quickly go over her resume. As you can see here, she had 3 research papers. 2 of them were published. Okay, if you see here, published research paper looks something like this, where you get a DOI link. They are sisters. Abhaya and Ananya are sisters. If you see here, the abstract will be there, and the bibliography, everything will be here. And then you can even look at the research paper in the PDF format. Okay, so this authenticates that a student really has worked hard to do their research. We also teach them how to draw these diagrams and everything. They've created in BioRender. So that is how a research paper has to be written, and we guide them. Okay, it really good quality research papers are ones that get selected to publish, and BSMD programs simply love these kind of research papers where there is in-depth analysis of it, and everything. Okay. And she had two research papers that were already published. The third one wasn't published yet, but by the time she went to the interview, it was published. So she went with her updated resume. We always put research on top. That's the number one activity. Then there's internships. She was a lab intern. She was also a research intern. Like, our students come back to help other students write their paper. So that's what she was. She was part of our internship program. Then a shadowing as well. She had dental shadowing, as you can see here. She had volunteering in the hospital. She had leadership opportunities like HOSA. She started a club. She was a captain and everything. This is how a BSMD profile needs to be. If you see here, she has she has everything that is going for her: research, like shadowing, volunteering, the wow factor, and leadership. As you can see here, she got a lot of scholarships, and she got into a BSMD and BSTOP program. Okay, and this is another student of ours, extremely well versed. If you see here, she has her academic awards, her leadership. She was a founder of the chemistry club. Shadowing, if you see here, look at the amount of shadowing she's done. She had shadowing with Dr. Partha Ghosh and a lot of other people. And if you see here, she had 3 research papers here. And basically, these were what was published. And if you see here, this was somehow it's not going through. Okay, so she also did one research with us, and the rest was something that she did externally. Okay, so you can put the link of your presentation here. We do that. We prepare the thesis defense or the final presentation, and we record it, and we give them the videos that they can put here. As you can see, she has a lot of volunteering experiences in that, right? And even music is also something that is super important. It's not like you just need to be a STEM student. She had classical dance and everything in her profile. Okay, any questions about the resume? Please put it in the chat. Okay. Yeah, so next is yeah. Okay, so I just want to share quickly about a candidate who got 4 offers of BSMD. She got Drexel, Hofstra, St. Louis, and U Toledo, but she shortlisted 3. Okay, so if you see here, the cost of a BSMD program is anywhere between $70,000 to $85,000, and with us, you are going to bring down the cost of attendance. If you see here, she got 40,500 scholarship from Hofstra. She got 29K from St. Louis. She got 27K only from Drexel. Drexel doesn't give that much scholarship. So we help students to bring down the net price between 35 to 50K per year. Okay, so any questions about this, please put them in the chat. Okay, and this is the acceptance letter into her BSMD program. And I just want to show you all the scholarships that our students have gotten. This is Rensselaer. I don't know, it's not showing properly. It gave 45K scholarship, and the estimated cost is about 35K. Okay, and I want to tell you how much time we spend on our essays. And this admission officer has handwritten about our essay. It says, "I enjoyed learning about Garba through your essay, and I'm happy that it makes you feel connected to your culture." Right. So this student's essay was on her Garba experience. Okay, so that is how we make our students write their essays. And of course, we create a plan. Our plan is super unique. You will not find a counseling program like ours anywhere outside. Okay, so our fall research, it is there are 2 professors that students work with, the research professor and then the creative writer for 12 weeks. Okay, so these are the programs: cancer, neuroscience, infectious diseases, biomed, nanoscience, reproductive organs, AI, genomics, and business. Mansa, whose news was published in the newspaper, she did cancer and she did AI because she wanted to learn Python and everything as well. Okay, so and this is the brochure. I'm just going to quickly go over this brochure. It is available on the, yeah. So this is the process where the professor helps you pick the topic and everything, and they guide you into conducting research. These are the acceptances of the different colleges that our students have gotten into. These are the programs that we are offering, and these are the mentors. Neuroscience is run by a professor from University of Southern California. Cancer expert is from Wayne State University. Nanoscience is by a professor from Arizona State University, and this professor is a full professor in Bethel University. Okay, and these are our AI, business, and genetics professors. Okay, so this is the timeline in which we run the program. The week 1 and 2 is exploration, then formulating the research question, data analysis, writing the paper. We literally teach them how to write the introduction, the body, and the conclusion, the hypothesis, abstract, everything is what we teach them. Okay, so yeah, these are our professors, like I already mentioned. They're university professors, not they're experts and university professors. If you do not do your research under an expert, then it's a blog. There's no point doing research. So please make sure that it's always done under a university professor. Okay, so how do you register? Everything is available online. This is our website. It's giftedgabber.com. I'm just going to share that. Okay, so you can go to courses. You will see all the research programs that are available. And these are the counseling sessions that are available. We have the BSMD counseling that's open, which is going to close down very quickly because this is our most popular program. It's going to run between September 21st to December 7th, and you will see all the details about what is covered. Session by session, we go over everything like overview of the medical career, course planning. We help students plan the courses, testing strategy, how to create a profile, extracurricular wow factor, everything we teach. We have some very unique activities that you cannot find it on Google or anywhere. Okay, so that is our specialty, is to create a very good profile. We help you find all those volunteering, shadowing opportunities near your house. Then we help you create that kind of passion project that we help. And then also how to create the leadership, honors and awards, a final project. Everything is included in our BSMD counseling. This is our most popular BSMD counseling, which is like 10 weeks. You will get all the details on our website, which is giftedgabber.com. Okay, so this is the BSMD counseling program and research as well. All the programs are right here. Okay, so any questions, please put them in the chat and we will be able to answer that. Okay, so giftedgabber.com is where you register. Okay, so we do offer comprehensive counseling for seniors who are applying this fall. That's our priority. We help them create their college list, their essays and resume, preparing for the BSMD application, pretty much everything. The kitchen sink is what I say. You'll find everything in our program. Okay. And the 3 steps, which you're going to learn tomorrow, but I'm quickly going to summarize. The undergrad application is the common app where students submit their application. Then you have the MD application, which is the BSMD program. And then there's a mini medical interview. We prepare students for all these senior activities. Okay, so we offer 5 BSMD program and 2 BSDO programs. We help with the application, the resume preparation, and everything for that. Okay, and the benefits of joining us, it's a very structured program. And guess what? How much ever knowledge you have, it's not like your child is going to listen to you and do it. Okay, so that's why you need experts like us who can make your child like guide them into creating a profile. Okay, you know how the Gen Z is. You cannot just throw a plan at them and say, hey, go follow it. Okay, they need to like create the plan on their own. Only then they're going to own it. Got it? So we pretty much give expert guidance on every aspect. There's so much brainstorming and templates that we offer. Okay. Then we have the BSMD counseling, like I mentioned. It's a 10-week program, and you will see that pretty much every part of the BSMD requirements that are explained are included in the program. Okay, and this is the lesson plan. You will find it on the sign up page as well. As you can see here, there's a Q&A session. It's a 10-week program, but there are 2 sessions per week because it's not enough for us to just teach the session, because we dig deeper into what is an uncommon profile. We do the case study exploration and everything. So these are the dates for the program. Everything is available on our sign up page. You can go and check it out. It's pretty in depth, and it sets your child up for success. But it's like somebody asked me yesterday. Right. So basically, what you do here is when you are planning for the BSMD program, it's like scaling the Mount Everest. So obviously, your pre-med profile is also going to get very, very good, and you're going to get a lot and lot of offers. Trust me, that's where my students have had immense success because of the profile building. It's all tied to profile building, the scholarship and the acceptance. Okay. And our research program success, I want to read the acceptance letter from Duke. It's of a student. It says, I enjoyed reviewing your application, and the admissions committee was impressed by your innovative projects and research process. Okay, so like you can see, a student like Mansa, whose paper got published, a student like all the resume that I showed you, they get into Duke and you get a handwritten note from the admission officer. Okay, and these are some of our successes. Our students have gotten into Johns Hopkins full tuition, St. Bonaventure, a lot of colleges. Okay, and yeah, you can. We will give you a coupon. I don't think this is the right coupon for enrolling. Okay, and questions. So let's get to the questions. Yeah, hold on a minute. Let me just. Okay, let's get to the questions. Yeah. Yeah, you, okay. So please join our Facebook group as well. We share tons of content in that. Please join our Facebook group and the WhatsApp group so that you can submit all your homework and everything. Okay, so let me start with the questions from the top. Okay, so the question is, EMT internship, can it be substituted to physician's shadowing? Great question, Abhi, but the answer is no. Okay, the EMT, you're not shadowing. Shadowing is witnessing a medical professional who's giving care. Okay, that's not EMT. EMT is not a doctor that they're shadowing, so it does not replace it. Please don't be under the misconception. They expect a student to be in a medical facility where they are offering care. So this is not, EMT is not physician shadowing. And also it is a very common extracurricular activity that I see. It's not wow factor at all. Okay, so what are the common extracurricular activity that we see in a student applicant? like the EMT. Pretty much everybody that I see just thinks that, oh, if I get an EMT certification, it's a very common HOSA. Clubs, school clubs are the most common activity that is there, like a biology club or chemistry club. I'm not saying don't do it, but it would be your ninth or 10th activity. The top tier activity is something that is done outside the four walls of the classroom. Got it? So a school's club is still part of the school, right? So something that you've done outside for the community, right? I have a student whose mother struggles with scleroderma, so she's raising money for scleroderma. Okay, so I have another student who's helping combat food wastage. So she's getting food from restaurants and giving it away to the homeless shelters, right? Medicine recycling. So there are so many things. Composting. There's so many passion projects that a student can do. A very, very common is HOSA, biology, chemistry, all those kinds of clubs. Okay. Dual credit is also good. It depends on which course. Yes, dual credit is good. Okay, so the question is passion project what you mean by one special extracurricular activity? Yes. It's something that is deeply personal, that is not common at all. It has got to be uncommon, right? So I had a student who suffers from alopecia, which is like hair patchiness, right? So he did research on alopecia, which is like hair loss. And then we taught him how to start an activism in alopecia. So he joined a local alopecia chapter, and he's going to start an alopecia chapter for teens because they get teased. They don't have hair on their head, right? So all those are passion projects that a student can do. Something very simple. My student wanted to promote gender equality, right? It doesn't matter whether you're trans, gay, or anything. She wanted to do that. So what did she do? She started a book club. You can think, what is wrong with her? Why a book club? But in that book club, they read and discussed books which were sensitive to gender equality and everything. And that was a passion project. It can be very simple, but it's something that needs to be done out of the four walls of the classroom. And it needs to have an outcome, right? A tangible outcome. That's it. Like, you don't even need to ask me, like, think about it. What will I write about this activity in my application, right? So that is how you need to pick your extracurriculars. Okay, and our extracurricular activities that aren't medically involved, in addition to medical extracurricular activities that are useful. So you're applying to a BSMD program, which is a medical program. So you absolutely need to have the volunteering that is medical related, shadowing that is, of course, medical related, research that is medical related. And apart from that, you can have STEM or other fine arts. You can have dance, music, sports, whatever it is. But the major chunk of it has to be medical related. Okay. So how many volunteers? Again, Kavita, the bare minimum is 100 over all 4 years, but that's just bare minimum. They're looking for consistency and quality of time that you spend. Okay, so if your child is not going outside on a Saturday to do volunteering, then their profile's not going to look that great. On an average, a child needs to spend an hour or two per week for volunteering and shadowing. That's how you rake up those hours. Okay. Okay, so the question is it easy for junior, senior shadowing opportunities? I've heard hospitals usually, yes, it's not easy for freshmen to get shadowing opportunities, but your pediatrician, you don't need to go to the hospital. You can go to your dentist, you can go to your pediatrician. They don't have restrictions, right? So hospitals don't allow, and some of the schools also have an allied medical program where they have shadowing built into that curriculum. Our school district, Downingtown School District, has that, where seniors spend half a day volunteering in a Paoli hospital. Okay, so check your school. Hospitals have age restrictions. Yes, Tanmay, thank you for adding that. Okay, so would you consider start a non-profit organization needs to be done? If yes, can you help? So, Linabeth, it's not about starting a nonprofit organization. It's about what is your nonprofit doing. Okay, so please, it's not just, you don't even need a nonprofit. I recommend not starting a nonprofit because it costs you $900 to start and keep it afloat. So it just starting a nonprofit is has no value. You need to do something about it, right? None of my students started a nonprofit or whatever. It was all their own efforts. Okay, so if a student is feeling very strongly about it, we know the process and we do help them to start their nonprofit. But you have to be enrolled in our program in order to do that. So it's part of our counseling. You can join our BSMD counseling program and we will help you out. Okay. So the question is, how long does it take to publish a research paper? Typically, it takes 3 to 6 months to get published. If you publish your research paper in 1 month, you're going to raise red flags in your college applications, because they know that a peer review process takes about 3 to 6 months. Any lower than that, you are going to raise red flags in your application. So typically, that is how it takes. Takes about 3 to 6 months for any good journal to publish your research paper. And remember, you're not competing with PhD candidates or undergraduate candidates. These are high school journals. Okay, so please have your expectations set right, that you're not competing with the PhDs. These are high school students who are starting out. Okay. Okay, so how do you bring down the fees by increasing scholarship? What opportunities we have to improve the odds other than courses? Akshita, I just mentioned about the 6 parameters, the wow factor of the extracurriculars. That's what it is, right? So you need volunteering, you need shadowing, you need research, right? So please join our BSMD counseling program where we help you create that profile. Like I showed you, with our profile building, you can bring down the fee to 35 to 50. It's typically about 70 to $85,000. Okay, yes, you need to have exceptional grades. Along with that, extracurricular activities, the wow factor is very important. Great question. Any other questions? Okay. It says, can you please provide the link where we can access it? So Tanmay, Laurie, do you want to share the link to access the recordings? The recordings can be purchased for $9.99. This is the live session is free, but if you want to rewatch it, please, Laurie will paste the link. You can have lifetime access to the recordings, previous recordings. We also have case study and everything that is available. Okay. Do you think there is enough time for 12th grade to sign up now? Mahi, the thing is, what do you want to sign up? You want to work on your Common App? That's perfectly fine. We do offer all kinds of splinter programs. Want to work on your resume? That's perfectly fine. Want to build a website? You can do that. So we offer all kinds of splinter programs. Yes, you are right, but at least you could do something. The Common App essay is so important. You can come to us and we will help you with the Common App essay. Right? So there are many components that you can still focus on before applying. Okay, great question. What other questions do we have? Okay. For research, do you need to complete all 3 activities that's mentioned? Paper, clinic, hospital research? No, the paper is good enough. Like, for example, my students, they publish research papers. They publish multiple research papers. Yes, so that's good enough, because getting into a hospital research is next to impossible. Okay, so Tanmay, this is the link for the replays. You'll have lifetime access to our replays. Okay. Question is shadowing an athlete trainer considered useful for BSMD? It is useful. It's an extracurricular activity, but this does not substitute physician shadowing. It is a good activity. The child is learning. Your child is learning about the different injuries, how the muscles work, and all. It's a good extracurricular activity, but it's not the top notch. It's not number 1 or number 2. It's 6th or 7th. It's good thing. They're learning something, they're contributing, right? But does not replace physician shadowing. Great question. I have students who have shadowed physiotherapists and all that. They do that along with their shadowing to enhance their learning. Okay, great. Do we need multiple volunteering activities? You need to rake up that hours, right? So yes, multiple is good, but one main and another sub. sub volunteering. Okay. Starting an NGO considered, Akshita, again, I think I answered that question. Starting a nonprofit has no value. What are you doing about it? That is what is most important. Okay. So a lot of my students who have done their effort didn't even start a nonprofit is just paperwork, right? It's like paperwork, a piece of paper. Admission officers don't care if you started a nonprofit, they want to see what you did with it, right? So it's always about the impact and the outcome, right? So that's what it is. Okay, the question, Fauza, earlier you mentioned to make us, they need to have chemistry, biology, physics, and math. In our district, it's not common to take all three as we only chose two. If we want to be able to maximize our possible AP coursework. Okay, so yeah, so basically, I think yesterday also you had the same question. It's in the school report, right? So if AP chemistry is not offered in your school, why not take honors chemistry? That's perfectly fine. AP biology, honors physics. Okay, math also pre-calc. So what if AP is not offered? Take something that is honors level. That's perfectly fine, but take it, right? Okay. Question is: are simple community volunteering, example food bank, etc., helpful, or only strictly healthcare volunteering? So you have the core volunteering, and then you have the sub, um, not so great volunteering. You need everything, but your core, it's not a wow factor. Wow, would you consider it wow? Right. So that's the thing. Is it does it set you apart? Is it wow? No, but consistently going to food bank is good. It makes a student look good, but they need something else to augment that. Okay, so thank you, Laurie, for putting in. We do have a nonprofit, Inspire Youth. Our students run a lot of effort through Inspire Youth. We also help students create a sustainability project or other things. I'm just going to share that with you. So this is our nonprofit. I own a nonprofit, which is a 501c3. So we run a lot of efforts here. As you can see, it's pretty slow. Okay. So Inspire Youth, if you want to join the sustainability effort, if you see here, my students have written blogs for the sustainability effort. They have created a lot of projects. We run a sustainability challenge that students create their own project and come and present that. Okay, so these are all projects of our students that you can check out. Okay, it's all on our website, Inspire Youth. Okay, great question. Thank you, Laurie. I completely forgot about it. Okay, so also for shadowing, I visited most clinics and hospitals near my area to apply, inquire for shadowing or volunteering. However, all clinics I have visited do not accept high school students to volunteer or shadow within the clinic. Can you please give some advice? So we need to work with you closely. You can please join our counseling program. I'm out of time here. So you can join our counseling program and we will guide you. Okay, so not all questions can be answered in a webinar. So please join our program and we'll help you build everything. It's something that our experts can take care of. Okay, great. What are some potential journals? It's again, you have to join our research program, Mohan. We guide students into publishing the research paper in journals. Okay, you cannot write a research paper and publish it in journals without working under an expert who is a professor. Okay, so most of the journals, they expect a mentor to be there who has worked with a student. So that's why you cannot just randomly publish your papers in different journals. The journals that we recommend, they need experts to have guided the students. Okay, so Vishnu is asking how long the research paper should be. It should be 4,000 words. We guide students into writing their research paper. Okay, what is the average GPA for students who get accepted in BSMD? Anywhere from I've had students, average students, to superstars who've gotten in. It's from a range of 3.5 to 4.0. Great question. Okay, is it too late for essay reviews? No, Abhi Kulkarni, you can join our program. I'm just going to share. We do have splinter programs. You can submit an inquiry, and we can help you with that. So basically, I'm just going to quickly go there. Where is the splinter program? Oh my God, I have so many things going on here. Hold on a minute. So we have a lot of programs. Our essay expert is an ex-admission officer, will guide you into creating the essays and everything. You can go in here and enroll in our programs. We have the Common App essay, the Common App staging, Spike, building a website, the BSMD package. We just have about everything that we offer. Okay, so you can check out our programs on this website. Okay. The question is, Linabeth, would you recommend joining a research program? Ninth grade? Absolutely. Okay, Mansa started in her ninth grade, and the newspaper picked up her research. Ninth grade is better because they're learning, they can expand upon it. So they finish their research paper and create a passion project. Okay, so I had a student who did research on stem cells. So she took her research and she went to an in vitro fertilizing place, a specialty to further her research. But guess what? The research paper got her into that opportunity. So my student who got into Stanford, she started her research with us. And then she took our research paper and went and applied to MIT's biomed internship. She got in there. And then she went to Stanford. So you see, this is the start, the beginning, foundation over which you build your profile. Okay, so this is absolutely foundational. Our research paper has yielded exceptional research, exceptional results. And I'm going to share with you all the papers. About 100 research papers have gotten published. Of course, we've had like over 300 students over past 4-5 years. So if you see here, all these are papers that have been published. If you see here, so this is about gene therapy. All these are research papers that were successfully published by my students. This is the Alzheimer's research paper and everything. Kiran Preet was our student last year. Yes, so if you see here, all these are papers that were successfully published by our students. Okay. Okay. Is school editor job equivalent to publishing paperwork? Perhaps. Yep. Okay. So what kind of healthcare volunteering can a student do that is healthcare related and gives what? Tanmay, I think you should join our counseling program. It's like you're asking me to show all my cards here. This is right. So please join our program and we will help you with that. So this is an outline. If you want to build your profile, please join us, because at this point, the wow factor has to be something that aligns with the student's interest. And that is what we help with our counseling. Got it? Okay, so rising eighth grader youth program counts. No, we don't take eighth graders because it's high school and they have to be doing everything that we tell them to do. So we expect high school students. Okay, specifically bioscience related. Today's homework, yeah, we will post that. Great. Today's homework, yeah, it was posted. Great. Thank you for asking. Explain why each attribute is important for the success of the BSMD program and future career as a physician. Okay, so that's very, very important. What were the 6 factors that I went over? Why are they important for the BSMD? Right, so that's what we want to hear from you. Okay, thanks for reminding. Thanks for reminding. Okay. Mohan, can't you just say journal that one person has published in front gatekeep? I don't even understand what you've written here. It's a journal. It's a single project effort. Okay. Mahi, is it a paid research program? Yes, Mahi, it's a paid research program. And I have given recommendations for students, and there's nothing wrong with a paid research program. Okay, great. Okay, so do you have programs for pre-med undergrad for med school? I've had a lot of Lakshmi, I've had a lot of students join my research program who are undergrad students. It's perfectly fine. They can work and join our research program. Can join our research program. Okay. Okay, so we end up all the questions. Are there any other questions? Please join our Facebook group, Pioneer Parents. You will find a lot of information, our YouTube channel as well. So please go over our YouTube channel and everything. And please submit your homework. Our fall counseling and research programs are open. Our neuroscience cancer gets sold immediately. So please join our, everything is available on Gifted Gabber. Please look over our offerings and everything and let us know. Yeah, Fauza, all our essays are 250 words. That's the standard for a BSMD program. Okay. Okay. If you don't have any other questions, I'm going to let you go. All the very best, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow, which is the application. Bye now.